Greetings, friends. My name is Cody. This is Corporate Crash Course. Oh, I'm hearing sound. That must be coming from Nick. Good, thank you. At least we have audio this time.
Yep.
Mike has not made that mistake for a while.
I've not since like last week.
Good. Well, welcome everybody. We are here tonight to play some Mothership. I am so gosh darn excited. Hey DSD, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're going to enjoy the game. I am decked out. I got my nice Mothership patches, put on my hat, so we are ready to go. Read all the books, and I'm excited. I'm excited. Are you guys excited?
Yep.
Thank you,
Quack,
sir.
quack.
Nick looks like such a sweet boy without the beard. Oh, thanks, Sam.
And no hair too.
Yes. So tonight we are playing another bug hunt, and I will get my friends to introduce themselves and the characters that they have brought along on this adventure. Don't everybody speak at once.
I'll go first. We'll go this way to that way. But I'm Zoe, and I'm playing Roy, and I'm an android,
Roy the
and I was a
Roy the
little
droid?
bonzo. Yeah, Roy droid,
Roy droid.
Sweet.
Okay.
sweet little baby boy Roy droid. Walking around with my sweet little bonsai tree.
I'm next, I guess. I'm Nick,
Yep.
and I will be playing Penn, the Teamster.
Last but not least,
I guess that leaves me. I'm Mike. Today I'm playing Taylor, the scientist. I think I missed the first bug hunt though.
you think you missed the what? The first bug hunt?
The first bug hunt. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't
yes.
remember a first bug hunt.
Oh, you see, that's the thing. It's the next bug hunt for the company, not for you guys.
We didn't get to go
Um,
on the first bug hunt.
No.
I'm
don't think
thinking back to those giant ants.
Yeah,
Ah,
that was
last
rough.
time.
Nick pulling some good old Corporate Crash Course lore out of his back pocket, since he has been, callously unfrozen for this event.
It's still
Um,
fresh to me.
Yeah.
That's why he's all short hair and everything, because he only just came out of the cryo chamber not long ago.
Yeah, it just makes it easier to clean up after.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, thank you, Mike. I don't know if I said it before, but we will be playing another bug hunt, which for those of you who kickstarted Mothership or are planning on buying the first edition box set, it is the adventure that comes in both versions of the box set. It is a wonderful little introductory adventure to this horrible game that is Mothership. And I'm ready to jump into it whenever you guys are. Does anybody have any questions before we get started?
Nope.
Cool. Did
No,
everybody read the book?
I skimmed it.
they actually it's easy enough that they tell you, I think on like page 4 or something, that you can start playing if you get to page 4. But I did read the rest of it. But the app also makes it super easy to kind of set yourself up and roll and all that. It's nice.
So before we jump in fully, I will just say the system is similar to what we've been playing with Delta Green. So it's a D100 roll under your stat system. Some differences though are that there's a wonderful stress mechanic in this game, which is one of the main selling features. Anytime you fail a roll, you take a stress. And in the event that you have a panic roll situation, you roll a d20. And if you roll over your if you roll
You want over your stress because your stress adds up.
yes.
I think.
Yes, I believe you are correct. And then you get to panic if you roll over your stress. No, it's got to be under your stress.
Yeah, sorry, you
love
want
the
to roll over so you
opportunity.
don't
Yes.
panic. If you roll
So
under,
if you
then
roll
yes,
under your
panic.
stress, you panic, and we read it off the table. Right? Yes. That's the thing. Everybody has health.
Love an opportunity to panic.
You lose all your health. You get a wound. You get all your health back. You lose all your health again. You get a second wound, and on a second wound, you die. That's about it, I think, for the most part. We'll deal with skills and stuff when we actually start playing. But anyway, here we go. The three of you. Stress mechanic must be page 5. I don't know, Sam. Didn't you get the book? Go open it.
He hasn't figured out how to open it yet.
Read the thing
He
that
was
you
going to
paid
ask you
for.
about that.
You got to download it off BackerKit. Okay, that's where I got my PDF that I sent to my friends. You know, that's how it works. Anyway, you guys have been hired by a faceless corporation known simply as the Company. The company has put the three of you on a ship and sent you out. I can't figure out Kickstarter. Has like 6 pages. Sam, look, this is not the time to be complaining about this, okay? Figure your shit out, buddy. You've been put on this ship and been sent out to the Greta-based terraforming colony. You haven't been given any kind of background on the colony or anything like that. They've basically just kind of grabbed you and said, hey, we haven't heard from these guys in like 6 months, so go figure it out and you'll get paid. And each of you in turn, I assume, basically was like, that's cool. I like the sound of that.
Heck yeah, I love getting paid.
So it's a bit of a journey out to there. Two of you have been in stasis aboard the ship known as the Metamorphosis. It's an executive transport ship, and as we kind of get to the point where you are basically in orbit, your pods open up. Your android has been awake the entire time because they don't need cryo sleep. But the other two of you wake up relatively groggy, maybe a little sick. So I guess before the two of you wake up then, Zoe, tell us a little bit about Roy, our boy.
Roy loves his little bonsai tree. He wears a patch that, space is my home. And, loves his job. Loves jobbing.
Loves
He uses
jobbing.
he, him pronouns. And, that's Roy. Very shiny robot. Very shiny android.
Like C-3PO shiny?
I'd like to imagine, but not gold, silver.
Okay.
Clearly. That's what I want him to be.
As Roy's kind of attending to his android duties, I assume, the manager of the ship, whose name is Moss, kind of comes up behind you and is just like, Roy, why has the rest of the crew not been woken up yet?
Is it time to wake up the rest of the crew?
Roy, can you look at that window for me? You see the big planet we're currently orbiting around?
Yep, I see it.
Yeah, that's where the mission is. So I think it's time we wake them up. What do you think?
I don't think.
You
That
don't
is.
think?
Yeah.
This isn't the time for jokes. Wake up
Do
the
you
crew.
want me to wake them?
Yes.
Okay. I wake them.
Okay, who wants to wake
Oh,
up
I
first?
don't think the boss likes me.
I can wake up first.
Cool.
Is Roy standing over me?
I assume so. Yes. He's
Okay.
kind of booping away at the computer outside your pod bay. Just kind
Like
of
real close, even though he doesn't have to be. Just looking, waiting for you to open your eyes.
Jeez, you can't. I saw my own reflection on your forehead. That's not a way to wake up. And okay, where are the toilets on this ship?
Do I know where the toilets are?
You
course you
probably
are.
don't.
Of course you do. You've been aboard this ship for probably like 2 months at this point.
I look at you. I'm
Nobody
like,
else is awake. It's just you.
the toilets are in the restrooms.
I never get used to this. And then Pen just runs out.
All right.
I will now wake Mike's character. Beep boop. Beep boop.
As he's punching all the buttons on the
Yeah.
screen of Mike's pod.
Yeah. Same thing. I punch all the buttons and then I just stare at your face until you wake up.
All right. Taylor is going to roll over and say 5 more minutes.
Until what? I'm gonna poke your face a little bit.
Okay, 2 more minutes.
Excuse me, sir. I was assigned the task to wake you. I can't continue until you've been woken.
Damn androids.
You hear a little,
All right, I'm up.
you hear a little do 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 over the intercom of the whole ship saying, "Good morning, everybody. Please meet in the galley kitchen in 5 minutes' time for your debriefing."
I'll
I
get
will
my
go.
gear and head to the kitchen.
And have a shower.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Probably useful.
How long does it take for me to get to the galley kitchen from here?
Oh, like 2 minutes. It's just down
I
the
will
hall.
wait 3 minutes and then go.
Okay, you all schlep into the galley kitchen at around the same time.
Oh, no, I want to
Um,
be clear. I want to take my time and take a nice long shower and then gather my things. And then I will make my way to the galley.
Okay, you get into
See
the
you in
galley,
20.
and as you walk into the galley, you see the other two members of your crew sitting there, kind of already waiting. Moss is at the front of the room with like a cup of coffee in his hand, his arms crossed, and he's just like tapping his foot. As you enter, you notice he's a very generic looking white dude, probably in his late 30s, slightly receding hairline, uh, you know, beer belly. Doesn't look like he's ever actually done any real work in his life. Yet clearly, he is above your pay grade. So it is what it is. As you enter the room, he's basically kind of like, "Oh, finally! We've only waited months to do this. Now we can actually get going." Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need a coffee first before we get our meeting started?
No, I'm
No,
good.
I-
I had a nice long shower.
I don't
coffee.
coffee.
Coffee sounds great. Yeah. I was wondering where you got yours.
He turns around and points to the carafe that's behind him on the table.
Oh, so you're standing right in front of it. I'll go pour myself one.
Bloody jobbies. All right. Well, look, we know we had this discussion before we left, but I figure we might as well, remind you guys after the long sleep we've kind of all had. We're here at the beautiful planet Samsa 6, and he motions to the window where you can see the large planet outside again that you're kind of orbiting around. Yes.
I didn't sleep.
Okay, look, Roy, I understand that you didn't sleep, but we don't want to necessarily call everybody out for every individual thing and make anybody feel, um, you know, like they've been exposed or that they've been,
Oh, sorry for exposing you.
excluded.
As I turn to those.
God, anyway. I lost my train of thought for a second there. Anyway, look, our colony down there, we've lost contact with them for a number of months now. We're sending the three of you down there, along with another corporate liaison, to rendezvous with the second Lieutenant Kaplan, who's the Marine commander of the colony, help them to repair whatever is going on down there, be it a communication issue or what else. Okay? While you're down there, you're going to also help reestablish the satellite communications so that we can make sure that the terraformer is still running. There's a lot of money down there, and we want to make sure that it's still profitable for us. And finally, if nothing else works and you're forced to evacuate, then we need you to make sure that you get Dr. Edom back up onto the ship, as well as their synthetic science officer, one Hinton. Okay? Yes.
When you say get them onto the ship, is there a requirement for their status? Dead, alive?
Well,
Either or.
that's an excellent question. Dr. Edom, we definitely need her alive.
Oh, okay.
She's got a lot of good info. The synthetic though, I mean, if you can just get his logic core, really, that's kind of the best of all of it.
Okay, prioritize life of Edom. Logic core.
Great.
Synthetic.
Now
Got it.
remember, once you guys are done with this, you'll get 3 months of pay. We'll take you back home. We're gonna provide you with the suits, an SMG, first aid kit, and a stim pack. All right, now you have half an hour to gather your things and go meet at the dropship before we send you down. Does anybody have any questions? Good, I wasn't going to answer them anyway. Go. He turns around and walks away.
Lean over.
Hey, I don't think our boss likes me.
Gonna see him for a day when we come back up here, and then we're going back to sleep. I wouldn't worry about it.
What if he just takes my logic core and leaves me though? You heard what he said about the other guy?
Did you read the contract?
There was a contract?
Are you company property?
Well, yeah, probably.
I've never thought about my life like that before.
Her contract is literally like hard coded into her or into his freaking like memory banks.
I lost the password.
Oops.
Tried to make space in my data stores.
Okay, I'm sure we're just going down there, flipping some breakers, you know.
What, I think you were gonna say flipping some burgers.
We're gonna go down and have lunch.
Yes.
It'll be a picnic.
Good. Okay. Are you guys ready?
I think so. So we're good with our loadouts, and then we're adding suits, SMG, stim pack. Is that what you said?
Yep. So the SMG also comes with 3 magazines. You get a first aid kit and a stim pack. And with the hazard suit.
First aid kit.
Ooh,
Again, hazard suit.
what if we already have a hazard suit?
Now you have 2.
Now I have 2.
The other one's back at home.
Did you say health pack?
A first aid kit, and
First
a
aid
stim
First
pack.
aid kit. Yeah, okay.
Stim pack, first aid kit, hazard suit.
And a SMG.
And an SMG with 3.
3 mags.
3 mags.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, I think. I mean, get on with it. Do we? I assume we have. Or I shouldn't assume. Do we have a map? Or are we just dropping down to where we need to be?
So, yeah, you're going to be as you kind of you get into the garage. Smell of like kind of lubricant is in the air. You get into the back of your dropship. It's currently got a pilot and a co-pilot sitting at the front. The co-pilot turns around and he's kind of chewing gum. He's a tall, kind of lanky guy, and he's just kind of like, "Hey, you the crazy guys going down to the planet there?"
I'm not crazy.
Yeah,
Don't
okay.
listen. Don't listen to
What
him.
makes you say that?
Well, I mean, just any of the jobbies that are kind of forced to go down on a retrieval mission like this, I just consider them always crazy. That's why I'm just doing the co-pilot job, because just the running back and forth, not getting involved in any potential action. That's me. The pilot is currently also sitting there, just like looking like he's checking things, but just clearly uncomfortable with how much his co-pilot is just saying dumb shit.
Should
But he
we
still
stay
kinda
on
keeps-
the ship?
He kind of keeps going. He's just like, nah, look, just trust me. We're gonna drop you guys really close to the base down there. It's not gonna be an issue. You're gonna you're gonna get off. You're gonna run in. You bada boom, bada bing. You're gonna check it out and come back, and we'll be back in time for dinner. You don't have to raise your hand.
What's a bada boom, bada bing?
Is he serious?
Always, apparently.
Is there like a screw loose or something over there, buddy?
No, none of my screws are loose. I don't have screws.
Oh,
Nuts and bolts.
okay. Well, look, how about you just sit on down there, get strapped in, and let's get this party started.
I sit and strap it.
You sit down, the engine hums, and the dropship takes off. You hear the sound of the klaxon going as the doors open up at the back of the garage, and the ship flies out and goes down into the atmosphere. You can't really see directly where it's going because there's very large cloud cover. Looks like potentially some kind of storm. The ship kind of creaks and shakes. And as you enter the cloud cover, you start to hear an alarm go off. You see the pilot, who you've just kind of heard from conversation, is Anders, and he's gripping the wheel tightly, trying to really make sure he's keeping control of it. The chatting with you before, his name is Renfield, is still chewing gum, still acting as cool as possible. Kind of looking back to the three of you guys, and it's just like, don't worry about it. This is nothing. This is totally fine. It's not a big deal.
Man, can you
See you,
focus?
Detroit.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not really needed with this. Like, that's what he's for. He's got it really good, don't you? And he smacks him. Okay. So as you're still going down through the storm and everything's shaking and creaking, everybody's gonna do a fear save because of that then. Particularly as your co-pilot smacks the pilot mid-flight.
Fear save.
I don't think I have any relevant skills.
I rolled a 99.
Oh, I failed.
Ooh. So 99 is a crit fail. I mean, okay.
Yeah, first roll of the night, 99.
I believe prompts a panic roll.
I'm just so scared right now.
So first, you're going to take a stress. Nick, you're going to take a stress too because you failed.
Yep. Yeah, critical failure.
Yep.
Something bad happens and panic.
All right, Zoe, roll a d20. And I believe that means your current stress is 3, right? Because
Oh, yeah, we go up from 2 to 3.
2 to 3. Good. All right.
It's my d20. Here we go. 16.
All right. You are fine.
Nice.
You're able to kind of keep it together. Maybe a small, slight shriek escapes your throat
Ah!
slightly, but for the most part, you're totally fine. And as that happens, you feel the ship kind of not crash, but like have a bit of a hard landing as it settles on the feet on the earth. You all kind of shake as you hit the ground, and you see the pilot just kind of sit back. Renfield, of course, turns around. He's just like, "Yeah, see, no freaking problem. I got all the faith in the world in this guy, and is never, an issue whatsoever. So look, have fun. Go on." And he opens the back door, and you just see a torrential downpour. Just step back.
So we would have the hazard suits. What am I asking? I'm asking if we can just walk out. Do we know that we can just walk out here?
No, you would have been probably informed to make sure you put your hazard suits on. There is no atmosphere.
Okay.
So I was just going to assume you guys were all wearing your hazard suits anyway.
Yep, that's fine.
Cool. Step out the back of the dropship into not only a torrential downpour, but it is just the luscious jungle you have ever seen. There's an incredibly high canopy, trees just everywhere, all around you. The ground is thick with mud. As you step off, it kind of squelches, and you feel it sucking on the soles of your boots as you exit the ship. You hear in the comms of your helmets too. Renfield's voice comes back and it's just like, "Look, we're gonna just hunker down here. Go ahead, do what you got to do, and just give us a heads up when you're on your way back, okay?"
Hey, wasn't there supposed to be a corporate liaison coming with us? Did they?
Oh yeah, no, that was
abandon
us. We dropped you off. That's fine. Don't worry about it.
Wait, what? Dropping off and coming with are different. What? Are they supposed to be here?
It's okay. We'll move faster without the suits.
So take my suit off?
I mean, you probably can.
Okay. Take my suit off.
Okay.
Just keep it on because you don't want to have to carry it, and there's in case.
Okay, I put it back on.
Okay. So can we see the bait? Do we know what direction we're cutting through this jungle in?
I mean, so to answer your first question, no, you can't see the base from here. Like I said, you're surrounded by jungle and kind of mud. As you look sort of around, you think maybe you see some tread tracks in the mud.
Okay. Can I yell back to Renfield? Hey, which way? How did we come down from base?
The
Sensors saying anything?
So you just like yelling at him in your helmet. You didn't do anything. He looks at you through the window.
Oh yeah, he was coming through the comms. Okay. Sorry, cryo brain. Do you know which direction we came down in relative to base?
Yeah, I think pretty sure based on our coordinates here that the base should be that way, and you see him point in the direction of treads.
Okay.
He's just like, well, just I don't want to alarm you guys either necessarily, but we've been trying to hail the base from here, and we're not getting anything yet.
Is there equipment plugged in?
I mean, geez, I don't know.
No. Is your equipment plugged in?
I mean, yeah. Well, that's why we're enjoying this wonderful DVD movie we got going on. Yeah, pretty sure that's plugged in.
Do you think
And
your
is
DVD
plugged in,
movie's
right? Yeah, it's
interfering?
plugged in. What?
Do you think your DVD movie is interfering?
Well, I know you're definitely interfering with my DVD movie.
No, I'm not doing anything to it.
Okay, look, have a good mission.
I'd like to take a look at the tire treads.
Okay.
And see if I can kind of get a feel for what kind of vehicle this would have been and which way it was moving.
I mean, it's really hard to tell. The rain and the mud that's resulting means you can't. It's impossible to discern specifically what kind of vehicle, right, or the make of the tires or anything like that. They're very deep, so you can infer based on kind of the distance between them and the pseudo depth that you think you're seeing that it's probably some kind of personnel carrier. Like it's bigger than just like a quad bike or something, but it's not necessarily the size of like a freaking tank, right? But they don't look like they're not natural, obviously, right? They look like they're they're some kind of vehicle.
A natural vehicle.
A natural vehicle, yes.
What's up with the atmosphere here that we need our hazard suits?
That's a good question. We're gonna say that the storms are fairly persistent. Part of the terraforming effort has been to create a suitable atmosphere. And typically, the way that that's done is kind of by trying to either find sources of water or oxygen from underground, pulling them up, um, siphoning out everything that's not required and kind of spewing the oxygen up into the atmosphere to then um, you know, condense back down as rain and create sort of a pseudo water cycle. Now, typically on a new planet that's starting to undergo this process, there's a lot of other things that get picked up and thrown around in this process, which make the atmosphere in the beginning thin but also volatile. You're probably getting a lot of hydrocarbons, potentially some lighter acidic compounds like maybe sulfuric acid, which are, kind of going up and condensing. Your hazard suits are totally keeping you safe from that. It's not an issue of that. But exposing your skin to it could probably be a bad thing.
If we've got free floating hydrocarbons, we could ignite this atmosphere.
Potentially. Depends on the hydrocarbons.
There's not that much oxygen. Wouldn't we need more oxygen?
That's true. You would need oxygen. Good point.
I hope you enjoyed that. I just made all of that up.
But we could probably vent our oxygen tanks to make the air explosive if we felt like it.
Why do we
Just
want
thinking.
to make the air explosive?
I think Mike's just planning ahead.
I'm seeing which of my weapons I can use. Can't use this puppy, and I tap the flamethrower slung across my back.
Doesn't look like a puppy.
Mike is good at planning ahead. Yeah. Jocelyn, we've never seen you in here. Thank you for coming along. Hope you're enjoying the shenanigans so far. Okay. So what are you guys gonna do? You're still just standing outside of your dropship, contemplating igniting
The
the
direction that I can't remember his name said. Does that match where the tracks are kind of going?
Yeah. Yeah. Away from the ship.
I say we march.
Let's follow those.
Unless we want to sit and check out their DVD for a little while. I don't know what they're watching.
Would you like me to ask?
No thanks.
You follow the tracks for a bit, and you hit a point where you think maybe you see a fork. So the trail you're following continues to go. The tracks are definitely deepest, heading straight that way. But you think you can see another set that kind of veer off to the left slightly.
Another set of similar tracks, or smaller tracks, or larger tracks?
Same vehicle. They're just maybe not as deep.
The
they're a
path
little
less
fainter.
traveled.
Oh, if it's personnel carriers, one of them maybe had more people. But my vote would be to keep going straight if that's the direction that base is in. Like For me, I'm prioritizing getting the comms sorted out.
Would it be standard practice to explore the planet you're on, or to kind of stick around your base normally?
Terraforming.
Yeah, it kind of depends. You would think that typically when a mission of this sort um, is establishing, especially once you're establishing a terraforming mission, the planet should be pretty well um, explored. Isn't the right word, but at least
But like, does
kind
it?
of.
It strikes me, Mike, as odd that there's a separate branch. Would that strike Taylor as odd as well, or does that seem like a normal
It's hard
day to
to
day?
it's hard to say. I
Okay.
mean, it might not
It's our first
seem
mission.
well. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily seem like that odd, right? Like if anything, it would almost be weirder that there's only like one track going between wherever you landed, or well, beyond wherever you landed, and potentially the base. Um, so to have one that kind of veers off slightly maybe just means there was another reserve of something that they needed to go pick up, or it might lead to another garage or something like that. Like it's not that weird.
Imagining like an industrial campus, like, warehouses and other, like, you might be coming and going to or from different places.
So I'm wondering if, because it's less traveled, it might be some sort of satellite depot, and it might be worth
It could
checking
be.
out first,
Oh, yeah, or a power.
or a power station. Yeah.
Okay, I'm on board with that assessment. Roy?
I don't
Okay.
have opinions.
Well, you know what they say, opinions are like assholes. Anyway,
I also don't have one of those.
that's why I made the comment. Thank you, Zoe.
All right, let's
You
take the
guys-
road less traveled.
All right, so you take the path that veered off. The rain continues to beat down, and it makes it very difficult to tell, um, what's around you or whatnot. But you find that after a certain point, the path seems to be veering to the right, and before you know it, you kind of exit the tree line into a clearing, and you see kind of a large makeshift is the wrong word, but large kind of a large base. I'm sorry, I'm struggling for the word because it's not. I'm trying to just strike that it's not permanent, right? Like it looks like one of those kind
A
of,
lean-to.
but it's not even that. It's just a, it's like a
Pop-up tent?
ish, but not quite. It looks less permanent, right? The structures are kind of metal. They're all very square. It's like they, you know, flew down the bits that they needed, kind of connected them together, and built this kind of weird ramshackle, um, you know, pseudo semi-permanent base in this area. And the path that you've been following leads you to a large-looking roll-up garage door.
This is not quite what I expected. There would be airlocks to get into this usually, right?
Yes, usually. Again, the kind of the place where you have been led to at this point is just a roll-up garage door, but from where you're looking at the structure, you don't see an airlock immediately around this any of these sides.
Would you like me to roll up the door?
feel like it'd be more polite to knock first.
Will they hear if I knock on a roll-up door?
Probably. They're typically metal, so it will
Okay.
be decently loud. As
I
you're
knock
approaching,
my metal hand on my on the metal
Um,
door.
as you're approaching, you see a couple larger piles of mud. And you approach the door and you knock.
Larger piles of mud, like excavating.
They are
Just
terraforming.
just kind of like on the side of the path. There just seems to be like a
Oh,
Mound.
okay.
pile. Okay, you bang on the door and hear nothing.
Might not be anybody
Ap-
hanging out in the garage. We could look for another door.
After knocking, may I roll up the door?
Yeah, nobody's in there.
You can try if you want. Please do a
Yes.
strength check for me.
Strength check. Here we
Is this a manual door or would it be electric?
63.
It would typically be electric. Is that a pass, Zoe?
That's over my strength.
So no, it is not a pass. The door feels really heavy. It doesn't feel locked, but it feels like something is blocking it from being easily kind of opened.
I think the door is locked.
Is there any sort of interface out here? Controls for the door?
No, none that you can seem to see.
A big enough complex. Why don't we just look for a person door? It might be more monitored. Are there actually? That's a good question. Do we see any cameras? Anything that would be keeping an eye on the area?
That is a great question, and I'm going to say yes. Particularly, there's one like up in the corner, looking down at the garage door, and kind of maybe also kind of viewing the whole side of the building that you can see from here. You see another one kind of on the opposite corner, doing kind of the same thing down that side. You don't see a door along either of those sides of the building.
What about the back?
So you're walking around to the other side of the
think-
building?
I mean, I think yeah, we walk around whatever. Like you said, these pods essentially are attached around here. So I think I'm happy to just walk the perimeter, wave at every camera I see until we get to a door, if there's a door.
Okay. As you go to walk around the side, Nick, your character steps in one of the piles of mud, and you actually slightly trip as you realize it is the lower half of a corpse.
Yeah. Do
Would you like me to help you up?
I need to make a save for that?
No,
Okay.
just really covered in mud. It's very easy to kind of be like, maybe it's like legs and part of a torso. The viscera is kind of full of mud, so it is very you could very kind of easily convince yourself that you're not seeing what you're saying you're seeing.
I don't think anyone's answering the doors around here.
You're right, they haven't been.
Okay, but you're still you're gonna walk around the side of the building?
I mean, I will point out
The body.
the body and maybe take a slightly closer look at some of the other mud piles.
You look at the other mud pile and you see what you're pretty sure is probably the top half of the body.
Mm.
He's got a set of dog tags, which you quickly kind of grab and rip off his neck and wipe the mud off from. And you see one PFC Olson.
What was the name?
Olson, Olsson.
Not who we're looking for.
No.
I
Are we
would
still in
go
radio
with-
contact? Sorry, Mike, what did you say?
Sorry, I'm just gonna go over and start looking at the bodies while you're doing that. Or single
Well, you don't.
body
Yeah, you don't find any other bodies. Just the one body.
in two pieces.
Yep, he's been bisected.
Who are we in radio contact with, if anyone? Are we still in with Renfield, with the metamorphosis?
Do you hail? No, metamorphosis is definitely way too far. The only radio that would be strong enough to hail the metamorphosis would probably be back in your drum ship.
Okay.
You try and hail the drop ship, and you just kind of hear a what?
Their DVD is probably interfering.
Must be. Or he's messing with us because he doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
Definitely that.
um, I can't imagine people would have just left a body here if there's anybody. I mean, I wouldn't want to just leave a body here if I was still working here.
Unless there's a reason you don't want to go outside.
After Roy's comment, I'm immediately going to look around the area for any tracks.
You find none, especially not in the mud.
When we see that they're bisected, does it look like they were like hacked apart by something or like sliced? Or, like-
Again, kind of too hard to tell because of the way because of the mud. You can't get a good look at the wounds specifically. They could have been cut in half with a cable or hacked across. Who knows?
Are any of the bisected people also androids?
So there's only the one bisected body you found so far.
Oh,
and no,
okay.
he's a person.
How long's, I mean, I wouldn't know how long he's been dead for, but I would probably be able to ballpark it given that he's been sitting in the mud.
The corpse
Is he still bleeding?
No. He's not still bleeding. Maybe slightly bloated from the water, but that's about it.
Yeah, I guess there wouldn't if it's low oxygen, the normal decay.
Is there
stuff.
anything decaying? Yeah, is there any like worms or
No.
that sort of thing that lives on decaying flesh?
Nope.
Well, watch your step, I guess. Keep looking
Yes.
for a door.
So you start walking around. You realize you could probably like circumnavigate the base in probably about 15-20 minutes. It's not very big at all. And as you round the corner from the side that you couldn't see, you do inevitably see an airlock.
Can I open it?
So as you approach the airlock, you also notice that the thicker set of tracks seems to have led up to here.
Nice.
The airlock, so it's incredibly rusty. It's kind of creeping over the entirety of the door. You try and open the door, and it is locked.
I
Would
know.
these things have mechanical or electrical locks?
Well, a little bit of both. You do see an electric card reader, which would be used for entry. It currently looks active.
Did we check if PFC Olsen had anything on him?
Oh, I only found the dog tags, but I can go check what was left of his pockets.
All right, you trudge back over there, and you do think that you find what looks to be an RFID key card of some sort.
While he's doing that, I'd like to see if the electrical, if the wiring is accessible for this panel, or if it's all
I mean, it's not
well
like
protected.
it's decently protected, right? It's like a plastic box, kind of over top.
It hasn't been like haphazardly thrown together like everything
No,
else.
no. And like you think you could get access to the wiring if you really wanted, but it's decently well enough encased to keep the thing okay. Sorry, Rye just tried to jump on my desk and did not make it.
Oh,
Yeah. So Nick comes back with the key card.
Tap it. Swipe it, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, you tap it, and it the door kind of opens up for you.
Does that sound, Cody? Are lights on inside?
We'll say yes. There's one light above that flickers on. Inside of it, the floors are super muddy. And there are storage lockers lining the walls. And then at the other end of the airlock is another door.
Did the door open smoothly? Like you said, it was pretty rusty. Did it seem like it was struggling to open?
A little bit. Squeaked a little bit. Maybe some WD-40 would help.
Wonder if I have that in my assorted tools kit.
Space WD-40.
No, you have generic lubricant.
Nice.
Works just as well. Costs half as much.
Yeah, that's the problem. Once WD-40 really jacked up their prices, they really grew the space monopoly on Hinge lubricant. They bought that planet. They made a cult. Yeah, it's the whole thing.
Where actually the company is actually a shadow corporation
Of space WD-40.
Yeah.
Great. Anyway, yeah, that's. You guys taking a look at anything? What's the next step?
yeah, I want to take a look through the lockers.
Okay. So as you're looking at the lockers, also actually the first things you notice is that a few of them have really like deep indentations in the doors, like as though something heavy was thrown against them. One of them even has like giant claw marks across it.
How
But
big
all of
of
them,
pop is giant? Like bobcat paw sized or
sure. Inside, so Mike, they're all open. You find kind of amongst the different ones, you find a hazard suit, 2 pulse rifle magazines, and a rosary.
Well, I was gonna say somebody didn't know how to park, but I don't know of any trucks that can do that. Point at the claws.
Are there any native creatures to this planet?
None that you've been made aware of.
What kind of scientist are you, Taylor?
Well, my specialty is in cybernetics, but I have some training in zoology.
Also, as we were talking about the whole terraforming process, you kind of, if there were a lot of indigenous species living on the surface of this planet before, there might not be anymore or soon afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
are we killing this planet?
I mean, not you specifically.
Oh, okay.
Absolved. Okay, Taylor, did you grab the? I guess we don't necessarily need the hazard suit. It's a lot
No,
to
I was,
carry.
sorry, I was going to leave the hazard suit. I was going to take the plasma rifle rounds, and I was going to give the rosary to Roy.
The rosary.
Rosary? Didn't you say it was a rosary?
Rosary.
Rosary? Oh, a rosary.
Okay, you guys
I
are
don't-
standing in this airlock.
Think it's worth. I think we should keep our suits on.
Yeah, maybe leave the
I think
door
if
open.
possible. Yeah, is it possible to override an airlock?
That is a very good question.
I could jury rig it.
Ooh. Yeah, me too.
Ah.
Okay.
Well, if it's doable properly, I could start by trying to do it properly with my industrial equipment knowledge.
Oh, okay.
But barring that, yeah, we'll just jury rig it open.
Yeah, do it by the book. So
Okay, fine. We'll intellect and what you wanted to industrial equipment it?
Yes.
Sure.
60. What is my... Okay, I gotta do some math real quick. Industrial equipment is just plus 10. So that is a failure. Not by much, though.
No, you seem to be running into this problem that it's
And
like
that causes stress, right? Because I failed.
it does. It does.
Yeah. Okay.
And the problem you're running into is almost one more of like vacuum, like unless the room has basically become pressurized to meet the atmosphere on the other side of the door, it's effectively suctioned itself and will not open
Mm.
until the other door is closed and the room has been pressurized.
Well, we're not in zero pressure right now, right?
No.
There's an atmosphere.
Yes, there is. It's slight, but you also figure if this is kind of the physical piece that you're stuck at, then it means that the
Okay.
building is probably operating under positive pressure anyway, to allow for this to effectively work.
Yeah.
Am I making this up? Am I bullshitting too much? Is this not making sense?
No, I mean, running positive pressure in a low pressure area would kind of cause it to explode if there's any.
I mean,
What's the word I'm looking for?
Any
decompression.
leaks?
It leaks. Yeah, if there's a leak, a structural compromise.
Well, we'll just pray that doesn't happen.
We've got a rosary.
Yeah. Roy can pray.
That seems right up Roy's alley.
Yep. He's a pray boy.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't do this. If you mentioned explosion.
Explosive decompression.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. The building will explode, which will ignite the atmosphere, and the whole planet will just.
Well, that type of explosion doesn't necessarily have heat, just
Yeah.
a rupture and
Rupture.
explosive decompression.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
we can still try and jam it open.
but don't we need to release the pressure first?
Do we?
Well, equalize the pressure. Yes.
Yeah, okay. I suppose so.
Yeah. Let's follow the rules, I guess.
It'll be fine.
There were no windows, nothing on the like when we were walking around. It was the garage door and this airlock.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe we can.
Well, I guess actually, no. We will say there were windows. Nothing like huge. Kind of like small, rectangular windows just on the sides of the building.
I don't feel like going back around and peering in through the windows.
Great.
I think we should
So
just
you
keep
guys
going.
close the outer airlock door, and you feel a slight change in pressure, just slight.
Okay.
And suddenly the inner door just pop, and it pops and pushes slightly inwards.
Still lit. Everything's still we can see.
So slightly as you're entering now, you're realizing that it's maybe the emergency lighting.
Okay.
You've entered a larger mess hall room. Obviously, this was the commissary of the base. It is just absolutely destroyed. You see a banner drooping from the ceiling that says "Happy Birthday, Olson."
Oh. Oh.
Maybe they forgot to take maybe they just didn't take it down for a couple of weeks.
Maybe.
There's empty cups, dishware, broken glass kind of everywhere. There's a bunch of bullet casings, blood spatter, bullet holes in the walls, more of those large claw-like gouges in a bunch of the overturned furniture. Around one of you actually spies a woman's head ripped off at the neck. So everybody make a fear save at that one, because you can definitely see
No.
it.
39.
Ah,
Failures of
failure
stress.
again.
As you're kind of going through the room, you see there are 3 additional exits, one on each of the other walls. On the left-hand wall, the door that's there appears to be barricaded with a bunch of tables, chairs, and everything like that. The one kind of directly across from where you came in is open. It's just a hallway. And then on the right, you see a small kitchenette, which appears to have a door behind it.
With a door behind it.
Yep. Towards the back of the room, as you kind of are looking around, you see a table that's been upturned. And there's cake splattered across the floor, kind of in direction for how the table must have flipped. But you do see an arm protruding from underneath it.
Do we know how many people would be manning this base?
You don't. You weren't given an org chart. But you figure it'd probably be a group of anywhere from maybe 10 to 20 people.
Are there any non-human corpses or blood in here?
Non-human blood is a weird way to phrase it because you can't really tell.
Is there any blood that isn't red, or I guess brown at this point?
No. The blood is blood.
Any non-human corpses?
No. So I mean, the only corpse you've seen in this room so far is the head.
And an arm.
You found an arm that's protruding from under the table. You don't know if it's connected to anything. Nobody's checked.
Oh, it's a Jurassic Park arm.
Yeah, it's sticking out from under a table.
I mean, we should check and see if it's our target, because that might make this a short excursion.
We had 2 targets, didn't we?
Yeah, yeah. There was the scientist and then the android. I'll go check and see if the arm is attached to anything.
Okay. Under the table, you do see it's attached to a body, a headless corpse. They're in fatigues.
Okay.
And from where you can kind of look, it looks like they have a gigantic hole in their neck. That's all you can see from here. You'd have to move the table to see anything else.
But I can't see if there's dog tags or anything.
Not from where you are. You know,
Okay.
it's if it's a
Around their
military
neck?
person, they probably have dog tags. Well, yeah, they'd be around their neck, but you just can't
Which
see them
is
from
where
this side.
again?
It's in 2 places currently.
Yeah, it's okay. If it's a military person, it's probably not our scientist person. So
I would like to take
Likely
a look
not.
at them though.
Okay.
So
You move.
I
you-
could move the
you-
table.
You move the table, and the dog tags are around the stump of the neck that is still there. You grab them, and they are one Lieutenant Corporal Xavier. As you you flip the body over, and as you're examining it, the body is just completely covered in. The only thing that you can think of that is analogous to what these look like are paper cuts. Very thin, long gashes, just absolutely all over the body. And as you flip it over, you actually see that the entirety of this person's chest cavity has been hollowed out. So effectively, like, their ribs have split, burst forth, and where you would expect to see lungs, heart, stomach, there's just nothing. And that is a fear save for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Or actually, no. Should it be? I think that one should be sanity. Is that
Another
what-
failure. Keep tacking on that stress.
Woo!
92. That's a failure.
25
you guys
for
are-
me.
You guys are doing a great job here.
I'm stressed out, okay? I'm just a little robot.
This little guy. This little guy.
This is the little guy. I'm real shiny. It's hard to hide.
So, is there a pool of blood around this corpse? Like, all around it?
No. Weirdly enough.
So, these cuts look like they were done posthumously?
No.
Sorry, postmortem?
No, it's fair.
Right there.
They don't seem large enough or like thick enough to have really like bled a ton. For the blood piece from the whole explosion, there's no there doesn't seem to be any kind of pool around them that would explain that either, but there are a bunch of spaces around the room where there's a large splatter of blood, so who knows?
So, you said there's a hole where the neck was?
Yes.
Like something pierced their neck rather than cut it?
Correct.
Perfect. I love that for us.
This feels above our pay grade.
I don't know how much I'm getting paid. I just know I'm getting money, so I can't gauge that.
3 months
Okay.
worth of an android salary, which is significantly less than a person's salary.
Any amount is this is above our pay grade, I think.
Wait, how come I get paid less?
Because you don't need food.
So I still have debts and stuff. I need, things. I need lubricants and oils.
There are consumables.
I gotta get tune-ups.
Mhm.
Batteries, I'm guessing.
I don't
The
even get
company-
health insurance.
The company has heard your pleas and reminds you that you are company property.
The company doesn't even pay for my expenses. I gotta pay them out of pocket. Yet somehow I'm company property.
But yeah, it's because the plan the health plan that the company has is like partially privatized. So like you get free healthcare, but you got to go to the doctor that the company tells you to go to, and you just really don't like that guy. The android doctor from the company is a little weirdo, so it forces you to have to go pay for your own healthcare with a doctor that
It makes
you
me
want.
very uncomfortable. It doesn't even
Anyway.
understand android mechanics.
Yeah, it's just a human doctor.
Yeah, it's like if a human went to a vet. It doesn't make sense.
Okay, what are you guys doing?
I don't know what
So
we're
hear me
doing.
out. I think we should leave.
And go where?
What we have here is a slaughterhouse. We have no indication that whatever is in here can be hurt. But we've seen that these people tried.
And they were military.
And they were military.
Yes, those are true.
Yeah, maybe come back with a bigger team.
So I think there's very little that we can actually realistically do here other than die.
But we have a mission. Die for the cause, you know?
No, I don't know actually, Roy.
We need to obtain the doctor alive and the logic core of the synthetic.
Look, it wasn't that far back to the dropship. Why don't we go back, have them radio back to the metamorphosis.
Metamorphosis. Yeah.
We'll talk to Moss and come up with some maybe safer next steps. We're not abandoning the mission. We're adjusting our
A lot like
tactics.
abandoning the mission.
Look,
There was no
I've-
safety
we're
clause for
tempering-
leaving.
Expectations.
I've done enough of these jobs to know that they're not going to fly us back up there just for nothing. So let's go talk to them.
But we have a mission.
Right. But if we go in there and we die, then the next group is going to be in the exact same situation that we are right now. But if we go back there and warn them what's happening, then they
But
know
we don't
better.
know what's happening.
We know that there's something dangerous in here that's killed at least 2 people.
Is there something dangerous in here, or is there something dangerous out there?
There's something dangerous down here.
So you want to go back out where there's potentially a dangerous thing? Do you think the
Logic
thing
is impenetrable.
killed everything outside and went inside, or was inside brought inside and then killed everything on its way out?
The door was closed.
The door was closed.
Would it close the door after itself, or would there be potentially a doctor and a synthetic in here who closed the door after it left?
I didn't see any tracks out there, and I was looking for them.
Can't see shit out there. It's raining.
When did you stop taking things so literally? Using logic and reasoning all of a sudden.
The android just got in there, and now she's just like, nope, this is what we're doing. We got a mission, man.
We got a mission. You
I don't
scared?
know, I vote go back. Yes.
Did anyone bring
Yes,
a
I am.
camera?
It'd be nuts to not be scared.
I don't think anybody
Or
brought
an
a camera.
android.
Do we have,
have a-
video feeds in our has seats?
I have a bonsai tree. I'll pull up my little bonsai tree.
Body
Yeah,
cams. I saw
we'll
that
see you guys
body
have body
cams are equipment. Yeah. Okay. Let's go send the body cam footage up. Since we can't get them on radio, normally, normal protocol. I might be lying. I don't know, Coda. You can tell me if I'm lying, but I'm saying this anyways. Normal protocol. Normal protocol is a 15-minute upload cycle. We're way past that. We need to check in.
Okay, you guys going back?
Actually, now that we mentioned body cams, I want to look at the. Is there one on the hazmat suit we left in the airlock,
Or on the body?
or on either of the bodies?
Oh, I guess
No,
the
there-
chest was.
the one outside, it was hard to tell with the mud whether or not it had one, but I would say that based on your kind of quick look over it, if it had one, it's been damaged. The body in here does not have a cam because they're just in fatigues. They're not wearing an actual suit. The suit in the airlock does have a body cam, but it's not on currently.
But it might be
Right,
worth taking back to the ship and seeing what's on it.
I look at the airlock door from the inside. Are there scratches going like it? They went out.
Oh, it was in the airlock too.
There was evidence of it in the airlock. Yes.
Don't give me that look, Zoe.
But still, would it with the airlock auto? I guess it would close behind it. Would the thing operate? I don't know.
We don't know.
I think it's easier to get out than in.
I think now you're just throwing lines at us. And that was a good one.
What if we can find the garage? Which direction was the garage door?
That is a good question. So from where you entered, you think it would have been in kind of the northwest corner. So from where you entered, you would need to either go through the barricaded door
Yeah.
or up into the hallway, and it would kind of be on the bisect of the corner of those two things. You think, at least from kind of relatively where you are.
The room we're in, there's a barricaded door.
Yes, on the left side.
Barricaded from the side we're in, or
Yes.
on the opposite?
No, from the side you're in. You wouldn't see the barricade if it was on the other side.
So
And
if
the
something was getting in, why would you barricade the more interior doors? That would be something coming out. You would barricade the door towards the exit.
But the barricade wasn't knocked in, was it?
Nope.
It's still up?
Barricade is intact.
You wouldn't, if there was an intruder trying to get in your house, you wouldn't stand in your kitchen and barricade the door to your living room. You'd barricade the door to the outside.
Of computer interface in this room.
No.
There's a security room somewhere too.
Mhm.
That will definitely have footage.
To the security room!
We don't know where the security room is, Roy.
Do I have an idea of where the security room is?
No. You've never seen this base before.
Damn.
Okay, I'm still on the let's go back train.
There's probably something out there.
I think there's something in here.
I disagree.
Are we putting this to a vote, or are you guys going to debate it some more?
Are we really going to vote to abandon our mission?
We're not abandoning.
Not abandoning.
We're
It's
calling
gathering
our
more
boss.
information. We're gonna let them know what's going on. We're gonna see if we can get more firepower, and we're going to see if we have any usable footage from this body cam, which will give us more insight into what's going on here, rather than stumbling around blindly.
Do I have a way to look at the body cam here?
What do you mean?
Like, is it something that I can look at here, or does it have to be like brought back to the ship to be plugged into something?
You're an android. You would have
Yeah.
some kind of port that you could plug it into to see the footage.
Take it from them and plug it in
RPG style.
into my ribs. My ribs are all USB ports.
It has no footage on it.
Yeah, your efforts will be fruitless. There's no footage on this.
This feels like a bad idea.
Yeah.
I believe you guys are getting bullied by a company robot.
who was introduced as a shiny little guy. Is that right?
You don't get them to realize what's going on here, Cody.
I don't want to risk not getting paid. Like if they pull us,
turn back.
if they pull us and we don't get paid.
Now, as you guys are standing here after, I guess, deciding this, the quiet kind of envelops you. But then you think you're starting to hear a thumping sound, a rhythmic thumping sound.
From which direction?
You're pretty sure it's from the direction of where you think the garage is.
So behind us.
Nope.
Like outside?
No.
No?
Further in.
Northwest.
Suddenly, getting paid doesn't seem that important.
Shit. These cameras, are they stationary?
Which ones? The ones on the outside?
Are there any inside? Is there no camera in the commissary here?
Nope. Why would they need
Does it look
security
like there
cameras
used to be a
inside?
camera in there?
Why
No.
wouldn't you need security cameras inside? Is that
You
like
trust
how
your
stores
employees.
famously don't carry security cameras inside, just outside?
Of course.
No, the company trusts all of its employees.
Way to toe the line there, Zoe. I appreciate it.
Let's go. Let's go call Moss.
Okay.
We can bring back a torch and open the garage door. We can. There's so many things we can do if we reassess.
That's a good idea. Yeah, we don't have anything like that right now, do we?
Yeah, but Moss doesn't like us, so I don't know if he's gonna do anything to help us.
Moss doesn't like you.
What are you inferring here, sir?
I think it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, you said it first.
Okay. You exit the base back into the rain. It's still raining. Come down thick. You follow the trail back to the ship. You press the hatch on the outside of the ship and step back inside of the ship. You've been trying to hail the whole time over, but the rain is just garbling the communication, making it impossible to seem to get back in contact with your pilot and the co-pilot. And as you enter the ship, you exit the airlock into the kind of main area of the ship.
Actually, as we're approaching the ship, are they still not responding?
Yep, they're still not responding. It's still just very like.
Are there windows on this ship?
Yep.
I would like to go and bang on a window.
Okay, just any window.
Yeah. Well, no, towards the cockpit, I guess.
Okay, you can see into the cockpit through the
Okay.
front windows.
Yeah.
And as you're approaching, you do see the two of them still sitting in the pilot and co-pilot chairs.
Are they there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. All seems good.
We open the hatch and go in.
Yeah.
You open the hatch and you go in, and you enter the main kind of section of the ship. Quiet.
We don't hear their moving.
Lean over. Told you
Nope.
it was out here.
Kind of look towards the front, and you see the two of them sitting in their chairs. And as I mentioned before, they both have headphones on, like they're relaying.
You gonna go tap on his shoulder? Taylor?
Yeah, I mean, maybe they're listening. I mean, maybe they're being courteous and watching their movie.
You gonna go tap on his shoulder? See what he's doing?
Who are you tapping?
I mean, I might yell at them first.
Go ahead.
Right?
Is
Hey.
the power on?
Yes, power's on. You yell, try and get their attention. Doesn't seem to work. You're still just sitting
Can
there with the
I-
headphones on.
Turn the power off? Is that doable?
Okay, I'm starting to think you two are in on something and you're trying to trap me in. We got this one. She's like,
Wait, did
"See,
you
I
not
told
get
you I was
your
out here."
personal objective?
I'm gonna say no. Like the only real way, the full way to fully power down the ship would be in the somewhere around the pilot's chair.
All right, I'll go in. Bang on the door. Just smack against the door frame as I enter the cockpit.
Your escalating versions of trying to get their attention all seem fruitless. They are still sitting there. As you approach the cockpit, you actually realize they are sitting and staring straight ahead with their headphones on.
A call's coming from inside the house.
Do I have anything long, like my spanner?
It's gonna poke them.
Your
I'm
arm.
gonna poke one of them. Yes.
Okay, which one are you poking?
Which one's
Renfield.
smaller?
How are you? Okay, how are you? Are you like? So you're coming up behind. So they're sitting in their chairs, right?
Mhm.
Headphones on. Are you just kind of like you're poking like his shoulder, kind of
Yes.
from the side? Okay, so you poke him with enough force, and he kind of like slumps forward. And the headphones slide off onto his neck.
Yep.
Dum dum dum.
Were they wearing hazard suits?
Nope.
You ready to go back to the facility?
I really am. Where's the radio in this thing?
Yeah,
The radios are operated through the headphones of the pilot and the co-pilot. At least the radio to get to the to contact you guys to contact the metamorphosis.
Is there a radio array in the facility?
There should be.
Yeah.
As you guys are
Are-
standing there. Yep.
so they're dead. Is there, or I mean, I assume they're dead.
I guess I can check and be certain.
Who do you
All
want
right,
to
I
check?
will examine the same one that I tapped. Who was that? That was
Renfield?
Redfield. Yeah.
So you walk up, and he does appear to be breathing like normally. As you
Is he,
snap, you
like, looking?
as you snap in front of his face, he kind of like jolts, and he's just like, "Whoa!
Can
what
I like
are you guys doing back already?"
while he's
Also,
doing
as
that?
you've
Can I?
gotten,
What are
Yeah,
you
go
doing
ahead.
lying on the floor?
I
Sorry,
want to
Zoe, go
look
ahead.
at see and try and see what they were like staring straight ahead at.
It doesn't look like anything in particular. Basically, just like out the window of the cockpit into the jungle.
I'm gonna look
Um,
at and I'm just gonna tap on the window while looking.
Mike, as you've also approached Renfield, you're also starting to hear this weird kind of like hissing kind of sound coming from the headphones that are around Renfield's neck. As you stand there, you swear that you can almost tell that it's like a layering of voices kind of overlapping over top of each other, creating this kind of beautiful yet hideous chittering cacophony of sound. You're just barely hearing it though, because it's coming out of these small speakers. Renfield kind of sits back up, embarrassed, and is just like, "Well, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about. You guys just disrupted our movie. Like, this."
What movie are you watching?
We were watching. I mean, I don't think we picked one yet. We were just gonna hail the metamorphosis.
Wasn't watching a movie.
And then you guys came back. Look, I don't have to explain myself to you. Whatever. Just because I got the entirety of Michael Bay's discography on DVD here to sit and watch while we wait for you guys doesn't mean I gotta explain myself to you.
What's wrong with the headset?
I don't know what you're talking about. There's nothing wrong with my headset. It's just radio static. It's just weird radio static. It must just be because of the weird atmosphere we got going on here. And as he kind of like holds it up to his ear again to like try and make a little bit more sense of it, you see his vision like kind of freeze again, and he just gets that like 1,000-yard stare as he sits there listening to it.
Well, he said he was gonna hail the other ship. Why would he do that? Would
I
they
mean,
gonna leave us
Touchdown
here?
safely.
No, yeah, you would know. It's pretty standard protocol.
Oh,
just to
okay.
stay in contact, right? Just checking in, right?
Yeah. As we have failed to do time and time again on this mission, you check in regularly so they know that you're okay.
Yeah, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but then if you don't,
Yeah,
they
15-minute check-in, exactly.
Can we try and hail, like, wake him up again, whatever, ask him to
Jeez, what?
Can we check in with Moss? Can you phone home?
That's what we've been trying to do it, and I think it's just the intensity of this storm, man. It's just doesn't seem to want to let anything through.
How about the ship? I think it might be time to leave.
and abandon our mission.
We're
He's
not
well,
leaving the planet.
Anders, come on, like we gotta figure this out. And he like smacks Anders, and you see the headphones slide off Anders' head, and he kind of comes back. But as he turns around and sees all of you, he's just kind of like, "Oh, no, we can't go back yet. It's just I gotta go lay down for a little bit, okay?"
You think it's a parasite?
Look, no, we can't. The protocol does state that if we can't get in contact with them again, we need to go back up and regroup and figure out a better way so we can stay in communication. But I don't know what's up, but I just need to go like lay down for like a half hour or something.
If I give him my stim pack, can we go back now?
He kind of looks a little unsure, but he's like, I mean, maybe, I guess.
It's yours.
Okay, cool. And he takes it out. He opens up the little syringe and stabs himself with it and pushes the plunger down. And as you do that, you see his eyes like just fly open. And he starts to scream.
Probably got a parasite.
And you start to see his chest convulsing weirdly.
I think we should leave.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you just leaving him?
Yeah, I'm leaving.
Renfield is like grabbed Anders and he's turned around. He's like, "You guys can't. No, we can't. We gotta figure out what's going on. What's wrong, Anders, buddy? Anders, come on!" And he's like slapping him while Anders is just screaming. He's got Anders like on the floor, on his back, just like shaking constantly while his chest is weirdly undulating.
Well, this is happening. I'm gonna look at these two and be like, these boys are about to compromise our mission. We should leave.
Yeah, I guess this ship is our only way back.
And they kind of like push them out the door.
Yeah.
What if, and I pull out my SMG.
As you're pushing them towards the door, you see Ender's chest cavity just explode open, and this chitinous
I'm going to shoot at it.
creature just slowly unfolds itself out of his chest. You see multiple legs step out as the vaguely carcinoid creature steps onto Anders's corpse. Yeah, go ahead, Mike. You want to shoot at it?
Right after he shoots at it, I want to close the door. Beep.
Smart. Yeah. I guess this is probably just combat, eh?
Yep. Oh, also, you guys are definitely all going to need to make a fear save for this.
Yeah, that's right. Fear or sanity at that one. I guess probably. Or either. Probably.
Could be
fear.
either. I'd say fear.
Makes sense.
Nice.
All right. That is a 47 for fear. And a 7 for combat. Booyah.
Okay. How much damage you doing?
I
All of
don't
it.
know.
It's an
What did
SMG.
the
so I
SMG
believe
do?
it's
Yeah, where was that?
standard. Hold on.
2d10, I think. Yeah, 2d10 for the
Yeah.
SMG.
2d10. Where's the
Yes.
SMG page? Why am I not
And
there?
he fired one-handed.
2d10.
Yeah. All we've got is the
Okay.
Arma 29. Yep, 2d10.
Where are my d10s? Here they are. Well, one's a 7. 16.
Okay. You fire a mag into this thing as
A full 5 full shots.
yeah. I mean, why not? As Zoe goes to close the door, you see the bullets just bounce off the hide of this thing, embedding themselves in the various walls of the ship. And just before the door closes, you all hear the thing shriek. And we're gonna leave it there for
Oh.
today.
Gosh.
You know.
I
just
told
a
you we
little
shouldn't have
taste.
gone back to the ship.
But no, no one listens to the droid.
That was Mothership. At least the start of Mothership for us, because we're gonna keep going with this because that was a lot. So anybody have any comments about their first experience with Mothership?
I want to go home.
No, you poor boy, you are stuck.
Excellent so far. Can't wait to keep going.
Well,
yeah.
This has been another excellent edition of Corporate Crash Course. Once again, I have been Cody. I've been your warden for this game. Thank you all for joining us who have been here. Yeah, thanks DSZ. We enjoyed having you, and Jocelyn as well, who already left. You can find us on Twitch and YouTube at Corporate Crash Course, or at CCC RPGs on Instagram and Twitter. Until next week when we play more Mothership, I'll see you later.